Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rebelwatch. I'm your host, Campbell Holmes. Alongside me, as always, sports reporter SAWYER, ROVEGNO, TAYE, COLEMAN, and Walker Farmer. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We're going to start off the show like we have been the past few weeks, which is Ole Miss men's basketball. For the past week, we've gotten 2 conference wins. They haven't been the prettiest, but guess what? A win is a win. It's in the winning column for our record. Let's first talk about the LSU game. It wasn't the best performance, and it was pretty ugly. But looking at it, coming into the game, LSU had lost 6 games in a row. And they were ready to fuel the fire. They were ready to come out and disappoint us. Guess who didn't let that happen? Dre Davis didn't let it happen. 22 points, including that tip-in for the win. He was 8 of 16 shooting. He keeps impressing us. He is like my favorite player on the team right now. How are y'all feeling about that game?
Yeah, I was just really proud of our team. Like you said, we did not play our best this game. That was pretty obvious from the beginning. We were down 6 at halftime. But then we just found a way to win. And like we've said all year, good teams find ways to win. We were down, I believe it was 70-59 with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left. According to ESPN Analytics, we only had LSU had a 98% chance to win.
Wow.
So we only had a 2% chance to win, and then we finished the game on a 13-0 run. Jamin Brakefield had a big 3 there at the end to tie it, and then like you said, Dre Davis tip in. First off, I just want to say great play call by Chris Beard because he drove to the bucket. It was a tie game, no need for a 3 or anything. And when you do that, that allows things like that to happen. Mm-hmm. He could have gotten fouled, made some free throws to win the game, but no, just Dre Davis, perfect spot, tip back, and a big win for the Rebels.
That was a great win nonetheless. LSU is a very scrappy, a very aggressive team. They kind of had this sonic 1-2 punch of Cam Carter and Jordan Sears who can score the ball, right? They can hurt you by getting to the line and making free throws, but they can also play great defense and get steals and create points off of turnovers. And they can also shoot the lights out from 3. So it gave us a challenge going into this game in Baton Rouge. And nonetheless, we have players who can rise to those type of environments. Dre Davis being one of them, like we spoke. Offensively, he has that great lethal spin. He has that ability to kind of slither past defenders and get to the cup and get in the paint. And rebounding, he grabbed offensive rebounds, and he grabbed rebounds in general. I think Morrell did a great job rebounding the ball as well. I think he had 9 or 10 himself, and he just played tremendous defense, getting blocks and steals. And then, like you said, lastly, Brakefield did an amazing job stepping up. We had an off night from Malik Dia, and he stepped up and played in that role. He shot the ball efficiently. He grabbed rebounds. He grabbed offensive rebounds, and he made great passes instead of forcing bad shots and created this team great looks. And it really helped us down the wire.
Yeah, as an add-on to what Walker was saying, these close games, we do find a way to kind of come out. Well, haven't been the last couple games, haven't been the best, but you're right. Our rebounding has also been really good, about 40-39, about even, which we've kind of been not up to par. Mm-hmm. We're 15th in the SEC in rebounding, only ahead of Oklahoma. They're doing okay this season. Good for them, I would say. But finding ways to stay in these close games has definitely been, I'd say, one of our strengths this season, not really giving up, not really quitting. And I feel like the last couple stretch, we got Mississippi State coming up. These next couple games are really going to have to fight to the end like we did against Mississippi State previously in order to kind of stay atop the SEC going forward.
Yeah. For sure. And, like you just said, the state game this Saturday. We'll talk about the South Carolina game in a few minutes. But looking ahead of Saturday, in my opinion, I think the key to winning that game, I think it's going to be really hard to win that game, if I'm being completely honest. We are hot right now, but not Mississippi State is very impressive. Right. I think the key to winning that game is Matthew Morrell coming out, being both defense and offense. And, of course, Sean Petula maybe making a few threes every now and then. But are y'all nervous about that game? Are y'all confident? How are y'all feeling?
I feel good about it in the sense of this, right? The key to beating State is by grabbing rebounds. They grabbed 51 rebounds against us the last time we played them. Anytime a team grabs over 50 boards on you, they're pretty much going to have a better chance of you at winning. We have to crash the boards. And I think that calls for something to change in the starting lineup. I love Juju Murray, and I love him and Padula in the backcourt, but Juju Murray's 5'9". Slide Devin Barnes to the 2, have him and Morrell and Padula, and then interchange Dia and Dre Davis, so we can have a better chance to win the rebound column. We haven't won the rebound column since December 14th. It's been 2 months of basketball games, and we haven't won the rebound column. If we don't change that, these young or these worser teams in the earlier games in the NCAA tournament are basically going to beat us off of aggression and crashing the boards. So we have to get that settled. And I think with these last conference games, change up the starting five. Allow Juju and Brakefield to come off the bench so when we're down going into halftime or about to go into halftime, we may be able to spark an 8-0 run or a 5-0 run or a 9-0 run. Mm-hmm. Allow Juju to come off the bench and move Barnes to the 2. He's 6'4", he can guard everybody. Move him to the 2 with Padula and allow us to start grabbing some boards.
I like the idea. Chris Beard, if you're watching this, Tay, he has an idea.
Let me coach for you, man. Let me go to practice.
How are you feeling about the game?
I think we're all excited because again it's Mississippi State, so it's going to be a very mental game as well. Went down there, they should have won that game. Let's be for real, and so they're going to want to get their get back. They're going to have a lot of energy. I'm looking for Sean Badula, he had 18 when they last played him. Brakefield had 20. I'm looking for those guys to step up again, get their confidence going. They know they played great last time we played them. They're going to look to repeat that, and I think it should go our way.
Yeah, I'm just like you, Sawyer. I'm really excited just because I think this will be the best atmosphere the Pavilion has ever had. The attendance record is still the Mississippi State game last year. Yep. This year, it's on a Saturday. Both teams are ranked in the top 25, us at 19, State 22. So I think it'll be a really big game, especially just for the state of Mississippi. The basketball is the best it has ever been, but I'm feeling really confident that Ole Miss will win. Mississippi State, I feel like, hasn't played the best recently. Lost by 20+ at home to Mizzou and Florida in the last 2 weeks. We played the worst 2 teams in the SEC recently. We won them both closely, but I'm really not even that upset about it because, like I said, good teams just find ways to win. And we know this is the best the SEC basketball's ever been. You know, every single team is good. You can lose to any team on any given night. But I'm feeling really confident, especially since we barely lost last time at Mississippi State, that the teams can be fired up, confident, and get a big win against our rivals.
Exactly. Tip-off is at 5 on Saturday. Be there, show up. When we get back, we're going to be talking about our most recent win, which is South Carolina. We'll have sports reporter Henry Stewart giving us a little analyzation. We'll come back, recap it. It'll be fun. Stay tuned.
It's that time of the year again, fellas. When the mornings are hot, the afternoons are hotter, and football is on its way back. Now, games is won by the battles fought in August. Everyone that's not revered as the Ole Miss legend has been in your shoes before, trying to survive that Mississippi heat, competing for a spot, and knowing the sacrifice that it takes to make it in this league. You go into this money collection of men from 100 different places, and if you work, you emerge from it as one team with one goal and one heartbeat. The SEC awaits you. And if they don't know who you are now, they will soon.
Where are we gonna go?
Someplace warm. A place where the beer flows like wine. Where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm talking about a little place called
Oxford, Mississippi.
To see it is to believe it. You hear about it, but you just have to see the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grove. The sound and fury are here. Did he get a toe down?
Pageantry, the pride, the pomp is unmatched and unrivaled.
This stadium has come unhinged.
This is what college football is all about.
Oh, as he gets walloped.
No coach is having more fun than
This is the place to be in college football right now.
Welcome back to Rebel Watch. We're now going to be talking about our most recent win on Wednesday night against South Carolina. Such a great win. First, let's look at some top plays. We have sports reporter Henry Stewart at set. Hit it, Henry. Let's go.
Big win for the Rebels this past Tuesday on the road in the Soda City, Columbia, South Carolina, home of the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. It was a good one for sure. Yeah, South Carolina 0-10 in SEC play, still a rock-solid team. Here we go right here. This is Brakefield out to Murray. Fakes the drive, three-pointer. That's good, you betcha. Fakes the drive inside and then pumps back out. Here we go again. Brakefield inside. He's going to dump it off. There's another three, and that's good. That's Malik Dia, the big man from way downtown. Ugly-looking jump shot, I'll be honest. He knocks him down, and that's the only thing that matters. There's another three. That's Brakefield, and he buries that one. Just hot shooting for the Rebels. Shot 61.5% from three-point range. Here we go. Kick it inside, underneath. Got it in the foul. Malik Dia, the big man, using every inch of that size. Out-muscle the South Carolina team underneath. Here we go. Top of the key. Dia again. You got it. Big man can shoot the three ball. That's impressive. He averaged 16 at Belmont last year, picking up right where he left off this season. Inside, Dre Davis on the drive. Time winding down. Under 30, gets it, and the foul. That's game. That's a three-point play. Rebels would convert on the and one free throw. Last chance for the Gamecocks. It's up. Just off the mark, no good. Wouldn't have mattered if they hit it anyway. Rebels escape with a 72-68 win. As the guys were saying at the desk, absolutely got to find a way to win, and that is what Ole Miss is doing. South Carolina may be 0-10 in SEC play. They are a rock-solid basketball team, playing teams like Florida, Kentucky, and Auburn down to the wire. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much, Henry. Awesome job. Yeah, I usually don't feel bad for teams, but I do feel bad for the Gamecocks. They are not doing too hot. And it's sad because they almost beat Auburn. They almost beat Florida. They have been so close to great SEC teams and just still can't, like Walker, you said, get the game going. They can't finish the game out. They can't get that win. I don't know. But, yeah, my player of the game was Malik Dia. He was awesome. Ole Miss looked great first half, shot 65% in the first half. Obviously that was going to lower and we got closer in the second half, but I thought it was a great first half from them. I thought it was a great execution of a win. Like you said, just get a win. That's all that matters. I was pretty impressed. One thing I do have to say, though, is the free throws were finally improved by the Rebels. We finally got 14 to 17 free throws. I will take it. I will take that any day. South Carolina missed 12 free throws. That lost the game for them, in my opinion. I think they would have won if they made all 12 of those, obviously. Finally, we see improvement from there. What were y'all feeling about the game afterwards?
I thought it was a great game. And going back to what you said earlier, don't let the 0-11 conference record, 10-14 regular season record fool you. This is a great, borderline amazing team who's played a lot of teams close. I'll be honest. For lack of better words right now, I'll probably say this is the unluckiest team in the SEC, probably in the NCAA.
I feel so bad.
We could get into that all game, but going back to Ole Miss, this was a game of grit and perseverance and responding to adversity. And like you said, this is what you need to win in SEC and more importantly in March. A lot of people like to say Dre Davis won the game, but I'd say Malik Dia.
Yes.
Dre Davis hit the shot, Malik Dia won us the game. Yes. And a lot of people see that big three-pointer he hit with under 2 to go to put us at 69 points, but I credit the 9 straight baskets he gave us. And these weren't even top of the key three-pointers. These were him at the top of the key, forcing contact, moving into the paint. Real smash mouth spinning post moves. This was his Belmont bag on full display. I love what he did for us. And in the last 7 minutes or so he was on the court, Malik Dia was the most aggressive person on the basketball floor, no doubt. He is the X factor of this team. And it furthers my point of what I said last block. You can come off the bench and have an impact. You can come off the bench and help win games. It's not about how you start in the SEC. It's about how you finish. And once again, just a great team win and a great gut check nonetheless against a tough, not in the stat sheet South Carolina team, but a tough, aggressive South Carolina team. I'm very proud of how we played.
Yeah, I like where you're going with that. We also saw that against Auburn, going up against Broome, trying to be a big body. We talk about how we need to be a little more physical. But then I also like to talk about his shots. They're not all threes. It's about shot selection. Jalen Murray, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, and Malik Dia went 2 for 3. So sometimes we've seen these other games where Sean Padula might get the ball, kind of chuck one up. Brakefield, they kind of feel like they need to do it themselves. But a lot of good team chemistry. I'm seeing a lot of better shot selections as well in there.
Yeah. Definitely. And I commend Coach Beard because we were trading punches in that first half. And going into halftime, you have a choice to make, whether you want to keep trying to win the game like that or you want to make adjustments. Coach Beard gave us a great zone. And I heard his pressure, and he said he did that on the fly. And I want to commend the basketball team for buying into the game plan, because that's how you win these SEC games. In the SEC, everybody can play basketball. There's no denying that. But if you buy into the game plan and listen to what the coach is saying and make adjustments on the fly and be willing to learn, it really helps you win these close games. And I'm loving how we're working this muscle of winning these close games, because that is what's going to happen in March. So I'm very proud.
Yeah, and Chris Beard said it. He knew, even though this is the worst team in the SEC, he knew it was going to be a close game just because of how South Carolina's played everyone in the SEC this year. For example, losing in overtime in Mississippi State, losing to the #1 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, by 2 points. They were only 2 points away from beating them. Lost by 1 point to Florida, who's ranked 3 right now. So this is a good South Carolina team. They just can't finish games. So I knew going into this game, it was going to be okay if it was close, but I knew we had to win. No one wants to be an SEC team's first loss, their 12th SEC game of the season. That would have been awful. So it was important to win this game. I'm proud of the team for doing that. And then again, just the best players. Dre Davis had 12 points, big at the very end. He had that game-winning shot against LSU, and he kind of had the dagger this game to ensure Ole Miss would win. And then Malik Dia. Towards the end of the game, I believe he scored 12 points in a row for Ole Miss. No other Rebels scored. And then that 3 at the end was just so huge. Kind of felt like a little bit of relief, you know.
Right.
I was like, we cannot lose this game. But Malik Dia and Dre Davis came up clutch and just made the Mississippi State matchup this weekend just more important, and it's just going to be an awesome matchup.
For sure. We're loving basketball season, but guess what? Baseball season is starting on Friday. We're going to talk about it. We'll be back.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of hotty toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Ole Miss 18th NCAA tournament appearance.
This is fun, folks, as Baker's peeling it. Little heat check. Snow Collins for 3.
Said, I love Madison Scott.
Ole Miss Rebels are having a lot of fun, and you can see why.
NewsWatch is a student-run newscast that goes live every week, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock.
NewsWatch is more than just a college team. It is an immersive learning experience. You learn certain skills that help you in your future journalism career.
Rebelwatch is just a cool experience, because like I want to do something in the sports world, so just to get the chance to do that on a platform like this, it's just a great opportunity.
We are the only live station in the Oxford-Lafayette area, with Tupelo being the closest. We cover all local news.
Welcome back. We're now going to be talking about baseball season. It is starting Friday. They're in Arlington, Texas. They got a tournament. How are y'all feeling? I'm really excited. One person I'm really excited to see is Hunter Elliott coming back from injury. He has been talking to press. He's saying how excited he is. The team has not seen him play in a for real game yet. That is the one player I'm really excited about. Who are you excited to see?
I'm just excited to get the season underway. I know Swayze's a great environment. They won the College World Series a couple years ago. It's a really fun and exciting team. Yeah, like you said, they're starting off their season in Arlington at that Shiners Children's Showdown. I'm really excited to see how our pitching really develops this year. The 3 starting pitchers for our game are all ranked in the top 150 in college baseball for pitchers that we have throwing. So I'm really excited to see how our pen and how our starters get going throughout the season. I'm really looking forward to our pitching this year, honestly.
Yeah, having Hunter Elliott back is Huge.
Yes.
You need a veteran presence on that mound to kind of talk to the younger guys. But there's one guy, top of my list, I'm most excited for this baseball season. New Orleans College transfer Mitchell Sanford is a dog. This is a guy who's played SEC baseball. He played at LSU a couple seasons. He knows the demands it takes and the practices and what comes with playing at this level. He batted a 3.8 last year.
Yeah.
And when I played baseball, I was 4th, 5th hitter, you know what I mean? So me and him got the same understanding.
Big slugging?
When he gets in there, he's in there to send him home. This is my guy. He's going to be a great asset to this team. Him and Isaac Humphrey are going to be a duo. They're going to be like Will Ferrell's stepbrothers. They're going to be making edits of them. Nice. We have a great outfield this year, and I'm very excited to see them hit. And I think going to Globe Life, as a Dallas native, it's just an amazing arena. It's an amazing environment. So I'm very excited for this season to get underway. But yes, the New Orleans College transfer, Mitchell Sanford, is going to be a guy to look out for, I promise you.
All right, Walker?
Yeah, that's a great point, Tay. I think our outfield is going to be really good this year. All new guys, all transfers, but all have had proven success at other programs. I think our outfield will be a bright spot this year. Also, 2 guys in the infield that I think will be really good this year is Will Furness, coming back for his 3rd year, junior, just keeps getting older and better. I think he has the potential to hit over 20 home runs this year, really good player. Also, Owen Pano, he's a freshman but has a lot of potential. Mike Bianco says he reminds him of Jacob Gonzalez from a few years ago, who's on that national championship winning team, who ended up being, I believe, one of the best Ole Miss baseball players of all time. And I don't know if y'all know about the tradition that Ole Miss baseball shortstops have, but they'll dye their hair blonde at the beginning of each season, and Owen Pano has already done that, so hope that means a good year for him. Hopefully he'll have a great season. But then also, like y'all said, Hunter Elliott coming back is so huge for this team. Was the 2nd best pitcher besides College World Series most outstanding player, Dylan DeLucia. From that team, Hunter Elliott is such a good pitcher, and he hasn't gotten to play the last 2 years because he's been hurt. So this is his 1st year back. I think he has the potential to be one of the best pitchers in the SEC, especially getting a new pitching coach, like you said, Sawyer, Joel Mangrum. That is an amazing hire. I think that's been one of our main struggles the last few seasons, and with him calling the pitches, I think Ole Miss has potential to be a top 16 seed and maybe even hosting a regional in Swayze this summer.
I sure hope so. Nothing beats Swayze games. When we get back, remember how last week everyone said the Eagles were going to win and Tay said the Chiefs were going to win? He couldn't wait to talk about it. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl when we get back from break. We'll be back.
Going to be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Rep.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of hotty toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Ole Miss 18th NCAA tournament appearance.
This is fun, folks, as Baker's peeling it. Little heat check. Snow Collins for 3. Bring it up.
Said, I love Madison Scott.
Ole Miss Rebels are having a lot of fun, and you can see why.
Welcome back. We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl, but wait, I have a fun fact that I saw today. We have a program record of 11 Ole Miss Rebels invited to the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine. Congrats to y'all, our favorite team. We love y'all. I just had to point that out while talking about NFL. Let's talk about the Super Bowl now. So, Tay, how are you feeling this week? Good?
I'm feeling all right. You know, I'd say about 90% of the time on this show I'm right. And this is just one of those rare occasions in that 10% where I was just outright wrong. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was wrong. I picked the Chiefs to win by a lot.
And you know what? I was right because last week, if you look at last week's show, I said that Jalen Hurts was going to come out and win that game for the Eagles. And guess what he did? He won that. He deserved MVP. He got that for himself. I can't be anything but happy for them, honestly. They deserve that.
I was going to say he took over big time. He's Super Bowl MVP. But like you said, Taye's wrong, you were right. I was also right. My score prediction, 38-24. It was 40-22.
Yep.
Yes. And so, I mean, I knew it was going to be a blowout. I knew the Chiefs couldn't do it, and then Kelsey did.
Post-game Eagles can't be beat.
Nope. And then Kelsey couldn't do his little proposal thing or whatever he was planning on doing. So.
Wow.
And another great thing is that alum, A.J. Brown,
Yes.
he got a ring. He helped the team tremendously in that game. Not to mention also Cooper DeJean getting his first professional career touchdown on his birthday. We talked about last week, birthday magic with Malik Dia. Guess what? Cooper DeJean had birthday magic. Walker, were you feeling satisfied after the game?
Oh, I was so satisfied, especially like you said with Ole Miss Rebel A.J. Brown getting a touchdown in the game, getting his first Super Bowl ring. That was awesome. Also super happy for Devontae Smith getting a big touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts. As you know, they played college football together at Bama, won a championship together, so it's cool if they did that again. And then just Cooper DeJean. How awesome was that pick six? The rookie on his birthday, huge pick six that kind of really, you kind of knew after that point that the Eagles were going to win. So just an awesome game and a lot of standout performances from a lot of guys. So just happy for all of them.
Yeah, it's crazy when you play the big game. All of your weaknesses get put on a grand scale, and defense universally is going to win championships every time. And bottom line, the Eagles' defensive line was ferocious. I mean, it makes it so much harder on a guy like Patrick Mahomes to pull you back into a victory, to pull off the Mahomes magic when he's under pressure so much. And they just gave up so many sacks. And we've seen this with the Chiefs' offensive line versus Buffalo, versus Texas, versus every single team across the season. So it all came full scale there, and it was just a defensive domination by Philadelphia, flat out.
For sure. And this isn't really a sports question, but I need to know y'all's opinions. Did y'all like the halftime show? Was it underrated? Was it overrated? Was it underwhelming? Because in my opinion, it kind of changed my life. I love Kendrick Lamar. I always have, and that was one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was still Lil Wayne's halftime show. I still believe that was. You can't go to New Orleans and not bring Lil Wayne out or let him do the show. But Kendrick Lamar did a great job. I like the tease of "They Not Like Us" the whole time. I was on my seat. Is he gonna sing it? He sung it for the 50th time. But great show nonetheless. Kendrick Lamar is a great artist, and it was just great to see that on a big stage.
Do you like it, Walker?
Yeah, I thought it was a good halftime performance. I mean, not my favorite, not my least favorite, but it was good. And yeah, I liked at the end, performing "They Not Like Us." I mean, that was pretty solid. So I liked it.
It's a full meme now.
Yeah.
His walking smile smirk.
It was iconic.
Yes.
It was iconic. It was a great game. So looking back into this upcoming next season, do y'all think Eagles 2-peat?
Definitely think it's possible. It is possible.
I think it's possible too.
Yes.
You just lost Kellen Moore. You gotta reevaluate and go get another coordinator. But let's not sit here and act like the Chiefs can't be back next year. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's Mahomes. Never count him out. Yeah.
No. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, Campbell Holmes. Alongside me, as always, sports reporters Sawyer Ravino, Taye Coleman, and Walker Farmer. Tune in next week. Thank you so much. Good night.